Yet you are the Holy One, enthroned on the praises of this land. Our ancestors put their trust in you. They trusted and you rescued them. They cried
On this side of Good Friday, we understand the import of those words. The passion, the suffering, the betrayal. You can almost sense in those words, can't you, the anguish with which Jesus is trying to impart the significance of the moment. This first sharing of the cup. A meal that for us now represents 2,000 years of tradition. But the hearts and the minds of the disciples are for the most part on different things. It was only later that they would come to that moment of grasping the significance of what had happened. How sad, though, for them that in that moment they had been so caught up in other things, so caught up in their own self-interests of the moment, that they could not hear, that they did not hear what the Son of God was trying to say to them, communicate to them, bring to them. In our gospel lesson, Jesus speaks to their folly, pointing out to them that in God's kingdom, greatness will never be determined by the wielding of authority, but rather in the willingness to serve. Simple yet confusing point of a life of faith. We worry. What will fill me? What will bring joy to me? What will make most sense to me? We get so focused on that point that we forget that the answers to all those questions are found in the giving of ourselves away for the sake of Christ, for the sake of others. In the 17th chapter of Luke, we hear Jesus say, "Those who try to make their life secure will lose it. Those who lose their life will keep it. Those who give themselves in caring, in love, in concern for others will find the very thing that they so desperately need." Perhaps the greatest difficulty that we face as the people of God is that we allow everything around us to be a distraction. All those little things begin to call our attention away. And quite frankly, it is hard to keep focused. It's one of the reasons I never succeeded in sports. People love to see me go to the plate to hit. Because every time the pitcher was about ready to throw a ball, he goes, boom, strike. I admit it. I am one of those people easily distracted by those things that go around me. It was tough for the disciples to appreciate that night what Jesus was saying to them when they were more interested in human glory rather than in divine sacrifice. And what was at issue for the disciples is more or less the same kinds of things that is at issue for all of us. We come to worship, yet we are distracted by the noises around us. We are distracted by the concerns of the day. We are distracted by the concerns of tomorrow. Often our thoughts are not on what Jesus has done for us, or that in bread and wine He is coming to us with His great love and forgiveness. In our distraction, we miss the love and the calling. So often, thoughtlessly taking what God gives without recognizing that God has given. Without recognizing the Lord in our midst and His love being poured out on us. We lament. We lament when we in a situation we say, oh, I certainly didn't get anything out of that. All the while missing the words, this is my body, given for you. This is my blood, shed for you. Jesus is present with His life-giving sacrament. He is present to touch our lives, to forgive us, refresh us, call us to be His servants, servants of God's love in a broken and bleeding world. God indeed comes for us in the breaking of bread. God indeed comes to us in the pouring out of the cup of the new covenant. We are indeed forgiven and renewed. God grant us the ability to not be distracted, but rather come with open hearts, open mind, open hand, to receive what our Lord gives us, to appreciate the significance of what has been done and what is being done, the healing of our souls, the making of us whole, and our call into God's kingdom. God grant you open hearts and minds.